Hi, my name is Slay, and I'm a new game dev. And I'm currently making a game inspired by the old Lilo and Stitch's sandwich stacker game with a roguelike twist. You got crazy sandwiches, cafeteria boss battles, and locking ingredients each run. All the things we love in roguelike games. Check it out. All right, so I wanted to show the current progress and the state of the game right now. So you can play the game straight from the main menu, and then as you start with your starter items, you get to choose a reward. The main goal of this game is to build different combos. So right now I have like the BLT combo that applies additional damage, additional effects, things like that. And so there's going to be that. Then this is our map scene. We have that working. You can go throughout the whole map, go to all the different battles, and go to the boss. And then when you lose, it brings you back to the main menu and stores your coins that you got into in that last round. As well as the food codex, it shows you all the items in the game, as well as their effects, and how to and if they're unlocked or not, as well as the bad items in the games. Also, I show here we have about 15 or 20 item effects in the game. This is the flicker item effect. We also have like the screen wobble effect, damage, crit, heal, etc. And yeah, that's where we're at right now in the game, and just wanted to give you a little taste. All right, community input time. The meat and potatoes of this first devlog is I want to hear from you guys and get your input on these things. So, what I'm going to talk about and what I want your input on is the Gacha Machine and meta progression, some Slay the Spire mechanics specifically towards the map, additional abilities that we can add to the game, boss phases or additional enemies, maybe minions, permanent buffs or separate trinkets. I'll talk a little bit more about that and what I mean by that. Culinary school, and I'll explain what that is and what my ideas for that. And then any additional ideas you guys might have, please, it'd be super helpful. All right, Gacha Machine meta progression. I love randomness in games. I love casino style aspects of games. And so I've gone back and forth how I want to unlock the items in the games. And I know in roguelikes, this is kind of the meat and potatoes, right? This is what is a lot of the fun in the game. So I really would love some input on this. And I've decided on a Gacha Machine in the main menu where you earn currency throughout your run, and your unspent currency goes into a bank where you can use to spend on the Gacha Machine and unlock new items. The legendary items will be pretty hard to unlock, very rare, and some of the more common items would be easier to unlock. Also, if you unlock items that you've already unlocked, those will go towards maybe culinary school and upgrading those items and things like that. So let me know what you think. All right, Slay the Spire map nodes. So obviously this game is inspired a lot by Slay the Spire. I love that game, one of my favorites. And with the roguelike elements, right now I currently only have battle, boss, and shop. And even the shop isn't quite implemented yet. But what other node types would be fun that you've seen in other games or in Slay the Spire? You know, treasure, mystery, events, mini games. I don't know. What would be fun for this type of game that you'd like to see that could be added to the map? Any ideas are welcome. Please, no crazy ideas out here. All right, player abilities. This is kind of again part of the meats and potatoes of the game. I'm inspired by Enter the Gungeon and all the cool guns and different effects and gun effects that they have. So that's kind of what I was inspired by. But currently, I have 15 to 20 burn, crit, damage, heal, flip screen, all that kind of stuff. What would be some other effects that when you are on catch or either when it hits the enemy? What would be some fun effects that you think would be good to add to the game? I'd like to get up to about 40 effects. So if you got any good ideas for that, I'm kind of getting stumped. I'd like some really cool ones in there too. So let me know. Let me know what effects would be cool. All right, boss phases and enemies. Have been really struggling with this, so if you got some good input on this, this would be really helpful. So currently in the game, I only have one enemy per battle and a boss at the end of each act. And currently each enemy has its own set of bad items that it can send down towards you, and as well its own spawn interval. So it can send items at zero point 0.5 seconds per item or a second per item. So obviously harder enemies, it'll be quicker items coming down. But currently those are the only two differences right now. So what would be some fun things I could add to boss faces, or do you even want boss faces? Should I just add multiple enemies with different items and different effects? Give me some ideas there. I've been really struggling with this. So boss phases and enemies. Permanent buffs versus trinkets. Again, another thing I've been going back and forth on what I should do. I'll be quick about this though. So, should items that we already have in the game apply permanent buffs? For instance, more health, or increased damage, or increased crit rate, or increased good item spawn rate, etc. Or should we have its own trinkets in the game that apply those permanent buffs throughout the run? I've been going back and forth on this. Both should be pretty easy to implement, but what do you think? All right, culinary school is the last item that I wanted to implement into the game that I wanted to ask your advice on. Basically, the culinary school is going to be a tab in the main menu that's going to allow you to upgrade your items, spend your excess coins from your runs to upgrade your items that you have unlocked, to maybe just boost the stats or unlock additional effects, make combos different. I don't know exactly what I want that to look like, but this is essentially going to be our upgrade screen for our items, and warping our runs and making future runs easier and easier. So what should this look like? If you have some cool ideas on what the upgrade screen should look like with the theme of our game, please throw it out there and give me some ideas. I've really been struggling again with what's coming up with some good ideas. So that's my progress so far. I know it's not a ton, but I'm still new to game dev. But I'm really excited about this game. I really loved playing the Lilo and Stitch Sandwich Stacker game back in the day. This is kind of a love letter to my wife as well. I wanted to create a game that she would enjoy. She's not much of a gamer. She's kind of a casual gamer, and she loved this game back in the day, including my sister. She loved this game. I remember them playing it all the time. And so it's kind of a love letter to my wife, but also a spin on it for my hardcore gamers like myself. So if you got any great ideas, I've got a lot of questions that I need answered for. I'm kind of at that crossroads phase on where I should go with the game, and what should be next. And I'm getting close to a demo. Obviously, there's not a lot of polish. Art is my least strong suit, and I'm gonna very very much polish this game, give it an art style if we get to that point. But please give me any input. Any input is welcomed, and I just appreciate you watching my video and staying this long. And like and subscribe for future videos.